When Paul said his famous, "I press toward the mark of the high calling," he had first said, "I do not count myself to have apprehended or grasped it or understood it or seized it or controlled it," or whatever that may come from that word apprehended, meaning that I don't know everything. But he said, regardless of whether he understands it or not, totally, but I'm not going to look back at what has been. I'm going to press forward. And in such a thing, I'm trying to relate this to a message that I've been given over and over and over and over again. That there are times I seem to have disobeyed it to the detriment of not only myself, but to the ones I love. And that deals with the idea of letting others do the work of taking care of my wife. And it may be that I may never be able to do everything that I used to do for her, because possibly some of those things I've done may have contributed to my back being where I am right now. I have to understand it. I've always thought that it could be. But I just didn't want to think about it. I didn't want to think that there's a possibility I could not take care of my wife. It almost got to as a source of pride. I'm not saying that I was prideful, but if you could be in such a thing that I can take care of my wife, I know what I'm doing. You don't have to tell me. And maybe I wouldn't snap like that at anyone. But the thought's in your head. So you might as well say it. And to those that I've said something of that sort to you, I really apologize. And I'm letting you know I'm trying to learn now to let others step in to help. I think I said a few days ago that my wife was in her wheelchair. We were getting ready to go to Dallas's. Not we, she could, I couldn't because of my back. And I tried to help her get in a more comfortable position, but every time I helped, she got worse and worse and worse until she practically fell out of the chair. And I couldn't stop the fall because of my back. So we're both on the floor. And so I could definitely understand if my sister-in-law, Sister Melody, was upset about this, because essentially they told me, don't touch her. But I was reminded yet again today, not because of anything I've done, but because they felt that they had to do so. Because I kept thinking, well, when I get strength and I get to take care back of her, say, yeah, you got to stop talking like that. And it's a neighbor down the street. I may have told you about her. And she was one who Marcy helped her and her family when the house was burning down and they could wear practically nothing, and Marcy got them things to cover themselves, to cover their feet, so they can at least be presentable to others on such a tragic night. They lost all their pets. And she tells me how grateful she is to Marcy, because Marcy always had that giving spirit that Well, I've been wearing out. Too bad. Here it is. It's yours. That's just been her. But she's telling me now, and she's an older woman. She's in her 70s. She's a person that knows something about medicine, because she's an RN. She hasn't practiced it in years, but still, she's an RN. And she told me that if you start messing up your backache, if you start trying to do things that you know you should not be doing, you're going to end up in the same position, and you might not have anyone there to help you. She was being as nice as she could, but she was being very strict about it. And then here's her sister, Marcy's sister, saying the exact same thing. That you take care of yourself. Make sure your back lasts as long as possible. And she could tell from practical experience, because her back is messed up, as she was trying to help patients that weighed much more than she. And she just went ahead and selflessly did it, but now her back was sacrificed for that. But even now, her back is stronger than mine. Wow. Wow, the tables have turned. And I felt bad, not because I was mad at them, no. What they were saying were absolutely correct. But I had to think back, Lord, why am I making such a fuss of this? Is it because I want to be the one to be known to take care of my wife? And it really doesn't matter who takes care of her as long as she's taken care of. And the more that I don't want her to go to a home, if I'm messing myself up that I can't take care of her, it'll be easier for the decision to be made to put her in a home. Why do I want that? I'm pushing her inevitably into a situation that I don't want her to be in. And there's people that love her, that wish to show their love and their care for her. So for me to prevent them from doing that is, to be honest, against the will of God. Not that I'm trying to make people disobey God. No, that's not the key. But if the Lord has put something into the mind of a person to help her, and we still do need help, we need caregiving help. The Lord has blessed so much. I'll be honest, we do need help. But the Lord has already blessed so much, so much, so much. I can see his work in all of this. And as I said before, for all of you that were able to, not just monetarily, but give a thought, give a prayer, that means so much to me. Because it means that you care for her. You care for my wife. I have to remember today, I remember all the kids that used to call her Sister Marcy. Sister Marcy, Sister Marcy, Sunday school and children's church, junior church. She was always there, whether it was her turn or not. Because she had to make sure everything was going smoothly. Everything was going swimmingly. Remember when the day that Bishop Swansea told that she didn't have to have that burden anymore? She cried. She really cried. Not that she was mad at him, but that was her burden that the Lord gave her to feel. It may have caused her a lot of angst if people didn't share her thoughts, but not everybody could share her thoughts anyway. That wasn't their ministry. But she thought that should be a part of everyone's ministry. Every minister should know how to speak to children. And I actually agree with that. But right now, the best way that I can help my lovely wife, my dear wife, is to allow others to give maximum care to them. I can give them instruction, how much insulin to give, how much of this medicine to give. Maybe I can change the medicines on a weekly basis so that essentially make sure she has everything set up for the following week. That's my job tonight, actually, to make sure that's my grandson. He's having fun, Lord. He's screaming. But he's having fun. He really is having fun. But saints of God, I had to learn this lesson, and the Lord brought me today that I have to apprehend this. I have to grasp this. Because whether I grasp it or not, I cannot take care of Sister Haman by myself. Wow, I actually said those words. Of course, it depends upon when I can. And if I can. And I also begin to think about how much I just want to see her face. She doesn't have to be able to talk fluent sentences or paragraphs. All she may be able to say is yes, yes, yes. And ow. But it's the nonverbal that gets me. It's the smile. It's the twinkle. It's all these things that I married her for and that she still has. Oh, before I start to cry, not because of her condition, but because it's bringing every feeling back of how much I duly care and love her. But if I love her, I will do the right thing by her and make sure she's taken care of. So tonight, my sister-in-law and brother Chris helped her into bed and pulled her up. Stuff that I used to do just without thinking. And they did it. And I thank God for them. Because I couldn't do it tonight. And maybe for the next few nights. Maybe for the next few weeks. And if it's not for the next ever, I have to be satisfied with that. I pray that the Lord allows me to help. That's all I can do is ask Him, can I help in her situation? In any case, I love you all. Hold on to your spouses. Make sure they're taken care of while you're both healthy. Because there may come a day where they are not, and they're going to need your help. And be ready to jump in, and you will. But the key is not just being ready for you to jump in, but be ready, if need be, to call on others to jump in. That, my friend, is the key. God bless you. May He keep you. I love you all. Take care of yourselves. May God bless you. In Jesus' name.